We're live. We're live. We are live.
Here you go, baby. Is that money I was telling you about?
Thank you.
You were good. Sometimes you should just pay for it. No, that's not what I was implying, but I was saying there's so many things in life that so many adults end up costing them more because they don't want to pay for it. Mm-hmm. We've talked about this kind of thing a few times in life. I mean, 2 times on this show, but there's certain things it's just better to pay for expertise and keep it moving. We heard a great talk from our friend Johnny Davis this past weekend at the Black Male Author Showcase about how he paid for some services to get his book going. There's so many things, entrepreneurs, save your money, keep your job a little bit longer and finance your business, but pay for some stuff. Pay for it.
Yeah, pay for it. We're going to talk about that specifically here today on Let's Talk About It.
Are you excited about it? It's been a while. It's been a long time since both Lisa and I sat next to each other on this show. We didn't do it yesterday. We didn't do it the day before yesterday. It's been a long time since we sat next to each other. So we ready.
A long time.
Yes, long time.
We're going to talk about it back in a moment. What you
Go ahead. Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Good morning. We look nice and colorful this morning. The screen seems far away for some reason.
The screen seems far away?
Yeah.
As opposed to close?
As opposed to the normal distance.
This is the normal distance. Your head, if I make it closer, your head will be cut off.
We don't want my head cut off.
Right. Anything else?
Because I have such a nice head. You don't want it cut off. I need to lower my seat or
you
something.
You need to lower your seat. There you go.
But now you way up here. You need to lower your seat too.
Oh my goodness.
Because neither one of our heads are cut off. It's over here.
Good morning. No.
Yes.
No.
Look. This is the right height.
No.
All of your hair is showing as opposed to, and let's get this out of the way.
Good morning, Emily. Thank you for joining us this morning. No, I don't like this. You got me down on the ground.
You're an appropriate height.
I got to go up like this to type?
No, your keyboard's down there. You don't have to go up like nothing. Okay. Good morning, Emily. How you doing? Pay for it. There's so many things in life that, for example, I'm going to start the show off by talking about this showcase we was at. Johnny Davis made what I thought was an amazing point.
Good morning, Terry. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Terry Robinson?
It is.
Who she's going to achieve, Terry Robinson?
Yes. Good morning,
is that Sheila Gothard? We was at the Black Male Author Showcase.
It's actually called Black Writers Matter.
Black Writers Matter is what it was. Black Writers Matter. But it was a men's edition. Mm-hmm. And one of our friends, he made this point that was poignant to me. It kind of resonated with me. When he was talking about once he had written his book, and he wanted his book to be shown. He wanted to talk about his
publicized.
Book. He wanted to get on shows. He wanted to be interviewed. So what he did was he hired a publicist and paid them what they asked for, and they did their job and helped him.
That?
Yeah, how about that? He hired a publicist, and they did their job and publicized him and his book, and sales went through the roof, and he got the recognition that he wanted to. Now let's
actually, and let me just confirm some things.
Okay,
because that is true. That doesn't go out the roof like that. You get the notoriety before you get the financial remuneration. He had to go on a lot of things. He had to start
which
locally.
he wanted to do.
Right. He started locally. No, I'm saying this because I get so many people that come to me and think like, so tomorrow is going to be on 100 bestseller list, or next week I'm going to get 10,000 sales. Listen, this is a very good book by an amazing author and speaker. And yet he had to put in the energy and effort and the financial wherewithal to get it done. He had to do some local things so that people locally would start to buzz, and then people more regionally will say, well, he's saying something, doing something, maybe we want to hear some more. And then it goes national, and then thereby international. Things take steps. They take as long as they take, but they also take money. You can go on. Good morning, Barbara. Thank you for joining.
He put a little money with it. Okay. It didn't take all of his money.
No.
He was willing to invest in it.
Absolutely.
And he got his money back from his investment. But what Lisa's talking about, the steps to it. Now, Lisa, in case you don't know who she is, she's actually the owner of Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. Her company publishes books and audio books. Her company helps people to be seen as recognized authorities in their given area of expertise. That's what her company does, okay?
And that can be as far as you go, if that's as far as you want to go.
Yes.
But you can go further if you choose to, and if you put in the energy, effort, and money.
And money. Well, to that end, Michelle Obama has taken book tours.
Still.
Oprah,
the First Lady of the United States, Oprah Winfrey, the richest woman in the world,
takes book tours.
Barack
Obama
takes book tours. But some of y'all just want to write a book and put it on the shelf. Oh, it's on Amazon.
Richard Branson takes book tours. Les Brown
takes book tours. He doesn't just take book tours. He does book tours.
He
is
does
consistently
book
promotions.
Brian Tracy, all of them, they promote. We say it all the time. Your books will only sell when you sell them. Now, today's topic, good morning.
Oh, I just want to write a book and go speak and make $1 million.
That's fine. Go ahead. Good morning, Brittany. Thomas. Today's topic, though, Sheila, is pay for it.
Pay for it.
Some stuff you will exhaust yourself trying to figure out how to, when you could just pay for it. Johnny Davis had the wherewithal to figure out, he could have researched how to publicize his book himself. And he could have watched videos on it. He could have trained himself on it. Or he could have just paid for it.
Pay someone who already knows. And understand that even though someone already knows, that it has their promotion of you has to be customized to you and what it is that you do and offer.
In my adult life, I'm 56 years old. I've moved a bunch of times. The average adult moves a bunch of times, okay, and has about 11 different careers or jobs or something like that. But most people move a lot. And most people, just think about you having to move out of your house this weekend. Oh my God. Most people go with dread because moving is one of the most stressful things.
Yeah, but you can call your friends and order pizza.
You can call your friends to order pizza, and your friends don't want to come.
They don't want to come, and they don't even want your pizza.
However,
if they're our age, they don't even want your pizza.
The last time Lisa and I moved, we moved from a 2-bedroom townhouse into a 3-bedroom house. And we wanted to get all our deposit back, so we wanted to make sure the place was spotless and everything worked. We paid for everything, and it was by far the easiest move of my adult life. We paid for people to come. Sheila, we paid for people to come pack up for us.
Clean up
for us.
And
move and set up
back. Yeah.
in the next house. We paid for all that stuff. My back didn't hurt at all. I didn't lift hardly anything other than.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis. I didn't lift nothing but this. I lifted my hand so I can make sure that they saw me.
Because I used to wonder, how do little old ladies move? They're not moving boxes. That's how they do it. But we paid for it.
Good morning, Miss Phyllis.
And looking back at what we paid for to move, it cost us some money to do all that stuff. But it was well worth the investment.
Amen. Emily says, I did that when I started my mini fascinator hats. Absolutely. You know what? I always forget the word fascinator when I'm talking about those little hats that they wear in England a lot. And I always forget the word fascinator, but thank you for using the word so that it can.
And she used it correctly.
Maybe it can stick now.
Miss Phyllis, good morning to you. Terry Robertson said, good morning. Paying for house cleaners and house cleaners.
Amen.
It took me a long time to understand my pretty wife when we first got together. And, I was so smitten with Lisa. Still am. But she used to say this thing to me that I didn't understand where she was coming from at first, until she finally figured out a way to sell me on it, Dr. Deborah, because I like to be sold on stuff. But
good morning, Dr. Deborah.
I moved from my home in Greensboro into Lisa's home here in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Lisa had a really cute little home. It was a ranch-style home, 3 bedrooms. Some of our friends thought our home was adorable. But anyway, from the first day, I never pushed a mower. Okay, and Lisa never did. When I got there, I found someone to cut the grass right away. Okay, so whenever the grass got cut, I just paid for the grass to be cut. Okay. And Lisa was hinting about it. She was hinting because she was in business for herself too. We need a housekeeper here, and I would hear it, but I didn't hear it at first. And she was hint about it again. I make more money doing this than that, and I was like, okay, and we worked together. I heard it until finally she says, Brian, you've been here 3-4 months, something like that. I'm like, yeah. How many times have you cut the grass? Never. You pay someone to cut the grass, right? Right. Same thing with our housework. Oh, shoot. That's what she was saying all along, Dr. Deborah. So we hired a house cleaner. And because she's absolutely right, it's worth it to us. If our housekeeper spends 5 hours cleaning our home, Lisa spends 5 hours at her desk. I spend 5 hours at my desk. What's better? What's a better use of her time? So it's better to pay for it.
Emily says, it's my philosophy. Anyone can move by itself. It takes a genius to get someone to help you. A genius or finances.
Well,
amen. Anyone can move, but it takes a genius to get others to help. Amen.
Oh, a genius to get others to help. Well,
yes.
You're setting yourself up for disappointment.
Absolutely.
Whenever you try to rely on just the help of friends.
And that's a young man's job.
Yeah.
I don't know how else to say it.
Teenagers, young men, people, professional movers. By the way, professional movers are better at moving than you and your friends.
And they're worth every penny.
They're better at it. Oh my gosh.
They can pack things better. They can use less space better. They can actually set things up better.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Jacqueline. It's almost like if you tell them where you want it, or at least the experiences that I may have had, they know the best way to put it up in there.
Yes, they're professionals at it. Respect the
stuff
game.
Up the stairs.
Moving a couch
without tearing your walls up.
I have a cousin that's a professional mover. And when I lived in Charlotte the first time, I had gotten some furniture. And he's like, okay, let's get this. I asked him, could he help my cousin Patrick? And I thought he's a professional and I'm an amateur, okay, at the time. This is 2007, 2006, 2007. I was still kind of fit then too. So I'm moving like a regular person should move. And he was like, look, we taking too much time.
Good morning, Katura. Good morning, William Brown. Good morning, Dr. Deborah. Good morning, Vicki Linnell Evans.
Good morning. Did you see Vicki's latest pictures?
Anyway, I did. What a cute self.
Yes. But my cousin, a professional mover, he grabbed the couch, top and the bottom of the couch by himself and moved the couch. And then he grabbed the love seat and moved that from the truck into the house. I was like, that's not how you move.
Amen.
But he did because he was a professional.
Amen. Emily said, I'll be putting my 5-bedroom on the market in 2 years for a 3-bedroom ranch. Amen. Them upstairs to get you.
Yeah. They add up.
But I'm grateful for these upstairs. I've started doing a landing step stretch that I learned. And I am appreciating my steps for their versatility.
Dr. Deborah says.
Not just steps, they're also my fitness room.
There you go. I hire professional movers. I let people stay in their lanes.
Please no.
Amen to that. I hire professional movers. I let people stay in their lanes.
Amen.
Come on.
Terry says, we had a young mover strap our 4-foot tall gun safe on his back and carry it downstairs. If we had to move that gun safe ourselves, it would still be there. Pick me. Me too.
Because that young man had some straps. He had some tools. He had some expertise.
That's right. He understood some logistics.
He knew what he was doing. Okay. He knew what he was doing. It would have still been there if it was left up to you and your device because you didn't know how to do that.
Pay for it.
Pay for it.
You want to tell your story now?
Yeah, let's do it right now. It's appropriate time. The wealthy lawyer. There was this very successful lawyer in this town. He was very wealthy, very successful, but he was also very handy.
Handy man.
Got time. He needed some work done on his car. He needed his car's oil change done. His car needed a tune-up, and he knew how to do some stuff. So he figured, to save some money, he would change his own oil and do his own tune-ups. Okay, and then his house needed some painting. Man, he paid his way through college learning how to paint, so he knows how to paint. So he scraped the old paint off of his house, and it took him some time, over a few weeks, but he ended up painting his own house. And there's other little odd jobs around the house because he's handy. He started doing the odd jobs around this house too. And what happened was his wife had to go also get a part-time job.
How about that?
It wasn't
I'm grateful
wise.
that Brian is not handy. He's handy like this. Hello? And I'm grateful. I actually
What you mean I ain't handy? I'm pretty handy around the house, but I'd rather pay for some stuff too.
You're not handy.
What?
You're not handy.
I could do anything that needs to be done. Any task I can do.
With your phone.
I can fix anything.
No.
I could read anything. I could assemble anything.
It's okay.
But because I used to have to do all that stuff myself. But now I would just rather hire someone to do it.
Amen.
And, oh my gosh, hiring someone has been eye-opening for me.
There are some things that I'm challenged to hire someone to do because I actually enjoy some things. So if I need a mental break and I need to do some physical stuff, some fix-it stuff, then I'll do it. But the moment that it becomes cumbersome, it becomes a job, then I know I need to have someone do it. There are some things right now that I'm having to do, and people would say, "Well, why don't you hire? You've got illustrators on your team and all of these things." I do, but the creativity element of what it is that I do requires the ability to have some execution in my own control, because when the ideas come, I have to be able to capture them, and I can't necessarily rely on someone else's schedule.
Amen. When the muse comes, she has to capture it then. I took a 4-hour class yesterday. William Brown took a 4-hour class. It started at 9 a.m. That's why I couldn't be here with you guys yesterday. But throughout the time, the trainer, who was awesome, she was mentioning things like, if you need this thing right here done, pay somebody on $5 or $25 to do that for you and keep it moving. There was like 2 or 3 things where, you know what? I could have just paid somebody $25 on Fiverr too to get that thing done. Little things that you need to get done that's just better for you to pay somebody for it. Good morning, Mr. J. Mattier.
Good morning. Good morning. Terry says that lawyer may have been wealthy, but not smart. The opportunity cost of doing jobs versus billing his clients and his hourly lawyer rate while paying a handyman a lower rate means he probably lost money. He did. His wife had to get a job.
Exactly. That's Mark. The point. Man, I hadn't read Mark in so long. It's not on my phone.
What?
Okay, give it to me because I'm not seeing this well. Mark Greer. I'm going to read this in the stylings of Mr. Mark Greer. Good morning to the excellence, righteousness, and generosity in this place. You are today where you weren't yesterday. Get excited about the direction you are heading and the accomplishments and your future. There is nothing in this entire universe you cannot achieve.
Amen.
Create.
Amen.
And claim.
Amen.
Nothing.
There
is power in your mind and in your hands. Unleash it.
I receive that right now as if it was told to me specifically. I receive it.
I read that in the stylings.
William Brown, absolutely. William Brown says,
there's a crazy balance in
DIY, DIY,
do it yourself. I mean,
and hiring someone like you, Lisa. I enjoy the creative process and learning. I really do.
let's
and I
read
have
that
to
again.
channel that.
He says there is a crazy balance and do it yourself. I mean, is he meant to say do it yourself or DIY and hiring someone? There's a crazy balance between doing it yourself and hiring someone. Like you, Lisa, I enjoy the creative process. Interesting wording, William Brown, because William Brown is kind of
exactly what he said.
But he's a deliberate kind of guy.
Yeah, but the DIY is supposed to be DIY, do it yourself, DIY.
Okay.
But
that's not the part I'm hung up on.
Okay, what are you hung up on?
There is a crazy balance.
It's not. It is crazy balance because it seems logical to many people. Just hire somebody to do it. But when there are some elements of getting it done that are part of your processing, then sometimes you got to do it. For years before I met my husband and many of the sisters that I knew, while I was previously married and also while I was single, I was your tool belt diva, right? I would go help my sisters when toilets ran, when they needed batteries changed in their cars, when they needed little odd jobs done, because I am a believer in women's empowerment. And I believe that women should not have to depend on a man or anyone else to do things that need to get done. So I would wield my pink tool belt and I would head over. Matter of fact, that's how I met Rochelle V. Gray. Well, that's how I became close friends with Rochelle. Actually changed the battery in her car. And other things. Shelby, I used to fix her. I had to fix her bathroom and all these different things. Some of them I knew how to do because my brain just worked that way, clicked, it made sense. Other things I had to learn and research, but it was just important at that time and that stage that we got it done. And I enjoy doing it. Amen.
I have a different perspective of that time in your life. Good morning, Brother Dwight Robinson. How you doing?
You can have your perspective. Jacqueline said, my philosophy has always been to hire folk whenever possible for most things. I love supporting those working to make a living. Amen.
Yes.
Me too.
Listen, I like what you said. My philosophy has always been to hire folk whenever possible.
Absolutely.
And for most things.
Absolutely.
Listen to that wisdom. Whenever it's possible, not everything, she says, but for most things. Mm-hmm. Would you rather have 100% effort of one person or 1% effort of 100 people? Mm-hmm. One of the richest men in the world at the time, J. Paul Getty, made that quote. I'd rather have 1% effort from 100 people than 100% effort from one person.
Amen. Mm-hmm. Dr. Deborah says, I would like to find a young person to just do odd jobs, like put batteries in the smoke detectors, changing light bulbs, changing windows, etc. Not because I can't do it, but because I got other stuff to do. Well, amen.
And another thing that I like about that, Dr. Deborah, she didn't say any person. She said a young person. Because some of that stuff
is a young man's job.
That's it. Although a 50-year-old man could do it.
He could do it. He got a ladder.
Right.
But I'm going to tell you. So we have filters and smoke detectors in the house. And we also have a ladder. And Brian will get up there and do that if we have to. But when I have the presence of mind to snag my son, and he's in the house,
6'4",
6'3", he doesn't use a ladder.
With real long arms too.
He doesn't use a ladder.
He don't use the ladder.
He does like this
to adjust the light bulbs. He just
takes it out. He changes the filter.
Yeah.
And that's it. And what better use of that?
6'4", but he's also has really long arms because the ceiling is 9 feet. Okay, right. So he's able to reach up and just do that stuff. Okay.
He does. Sometimes he has to stand on his tippy toes.
Okay, well, tippy toes too. And he's got huge feet too.
He does. Don't talk about my baby.
So his shoes is like size 20, and he's got really long arms, and he's 6'4".
Exaggerate.
So when he stands on his tippy toes, he can even reach higher than that. I want to go back to Dr. Deborah's point. She said she would like to find a young person to do these odd jobs. Amen. That's a business for a handy young person for one thing. But also, I have places where I want to find me a young person because these young persons today, they grow up playing and stuff that we're having to learn. Right. That we're having to learn. They grew up playing in websites and coding and adding and posting. They grew up playing with that stuff. Okay, so I want to find me a young person that can like play with my sites and do uploads for me and stuff like that, and just do my technology.
Amen. I'm grateful because we hired a young person. Amen. Shout out to Neo. Amen. Nehemiah is going to do our video or photography at the Empowerment Author Showcase, and he has a natural eye, and that comes from being post-millennial, right? And y'all been selfieing and taking pictures since you were born,
right?
Jay Mattier, wait a minute, we skipped.
Good morning, Adil. How you doing, bro?
Terry Robinson says, "Don't get me wrong, I like DIYing, gardening, but as a hobby, it relaxes me. When I need IT help, a logo design, heavy lifting, or anything that I don't enjoy, it's not in my lane. It will take too long to learn. I pay somebody, amen, to Fiverr, TaskRabbit, Instacart, DoorDash, and my teenage nephews who want to make money for video games. Amen and amen.
Instacart, bring me my food. Now, that's a good one. Grocery shopping, that's a great example. For us to go grocery shopping, and we're getting better at it. We still go, but we go for smaller things now. We don't go for the big stuff anymore. It takes 10, 15 minutes to shop on the phone, and it takes them a few hours to bring it. Versus, and then after we've done our 10 or 15 minutes, when I say we, I mean Lisa, on the phone, we're not doing this anymore. We're waiting for them to bring it to the house. Okay, some things we always make them bring to the house, like bottled water.
Never gonna ever go to the store for bottled water again.
Bring it to the house.
I was already doing it the lazy way. I would always do it the old lady way.
She would always go to Publix because they'll carry it to the car.
And I would actually not go shop for it. I'd go to the customer service desk and say, "Baby, can you get somebody to bring me up 4 cases of water?"
And they'll do that.
And they'll do it. Okay. And then when they coming up there, "Can you get somebody to help me to my car with it?" Because my job is to just get it home. I don't have to touch it
from the car.
I don't have to touch it after it's home. So that means I don't even have to touch it to get it to the car. I would go there and they would put it in the car, and then I would get home, get out of the car, go inside and say, "Water's in the trunk," and Brian would go do the rest. But now I just go foot, and they bring the water to the door. And then I said, "Baby, the water's at the door."
Now, it costs something to do that.
Yeah, $3.95
to use that service. But it's $3.95. So what? It's $4. But you're paying for that service.
Yes.
You're paying for them to walk that aisle for you, go get those items for you, and bring it to your house. Today's topic is pay for it.
Pay for it.
Jay Mattier
says, "Some people find it hard to let go of the project or process. Delegation is a learned process, and you must be comfortable enough with your understanding. When I was in management, my style was there isn't anything that you can do that I can't fix. So give it a try." Yeah. Amen. So that's a part of one of the things that are stalling us right now, because there are some things that we really want to delegate. But my first coach, my coach that I love very much, Dr. Kensington, he always say, "Inspect what you expect." So I first have to identify, understanding what it is that I want to have done in some areas before I'm able to delegate it. Amen.
I will tell you a deal. I'm always happy to see that you're here.
Hey, a deal.
Interesting conversation. I have to send out. I record my sessions with my clients. Now, doing it via Zoom is still relatively young in my experience. I haven't done exclusively Zoom until maybe 4 years ago, maybe. Okay, maybe I went to, because before that I was doing stuff analog style, doing stuff by the phone, okay, or in person coaching. I was doing in-person coaching when I moved to Charlotte in 2016. I was still meeting people at Panera Bread. I was still meeting people at coffee shops.
And at our office.
And at the office, doing stuff like that. But then when we start doing more and more things via Zoom, that means I have these recordings. And for years, Dr. Deborah Dunstan, for at least 2 or 3 years, I would be so frustrated about the recorded messages because I couldn't figure out how, okay, is it recorded on my computer or is it recorded to the cloud? I have to figure out how to capture the recording, label the recording, and put the recording in such a way that I can email it to my clients. And it would always take me a long time. And I would sometimes do it successfully, but it took me a long time to do it every time. And then sometimes I would remember to ask Lisa to do it, and Lisa would just come and knock it out because she could do that. But I would still frustrate me that I couldn't do it. I think this is going to heal somebody with my point. I would have Lisa do it sometimes, but sometimes I would try to do it on my own. Lisa saw my frustration trying to do it on my own, so she wrote out step by step how to do it, okay? And put it on a piece of paper and taped it to my wall. So I would try to follow the steps, but there'd be one thing this and one thing that I didn't make sense to me, and she wasn't there right then. And I was having frustration for years over this until I talked to...
Hold on, talk to the people. Shh. Talk.
I'm gonna talk, but daggone it, Lisa.
Please talk to the people.
You've been farting.
I can't help it.
Anyway.
I don't eat anything but vegetables and water.
Throw a brother off, farting like that.
You'll be okay.
Y'all probably heard it. Y'all see the screen shake? That was Lisa. But anyway. So I was frustrated. Then I talked to a financial coach, and he was really, really good too. I was talking to his financial coach, and he said, I was at my desk, and I was talking to him, and I was telling him, man, I have difficult times. And he goes, Brian, you're never going to figure that out because that's not what you're here to do. That's not your lane. That you're not supposed to know how to do that. Right. You're supposed to pay someone to do that, Brian.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. That made so much sense. I couldn't figure it out, Sister Jacqueline, because I wasn't supposed to be doing this part of it. This wasn't for me to do. Absolutely. He says you are doomed to always be frustrated with tasks that you're not supposed to do, Brian. In my area of brilliance, in my zone of genius, I kill it because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Where's that painting? When you judge a fish by its ability to
climb a tree, yes,
it will always think it's stupid.
You'd always feel like you're stupid. Mm-hmm. I couldn't figure out how come I couldn't do this little simple thing. Amen. Lisa could come and do it. A lot of you guys at your corporate job, you get stuff stuck on your computer, and then you have to call your computer IT guy.
And he comes in,
and he comes and knocks out. And you know he's not smarter than you, but he's doing what he does. Right. That's why some stuff you ain't supposed to be the master of.
Absolutely.
Master your stuff and pay for the other stuff.
Absolutely. Jacqueline says, when someone is just starting their business or project, I support, even when they do not have it mastered yet, even if they have not mastered their craft yet. It encourages and gives them hope. Mm-hmm. I remember that we all had a beginning and jumped in a pool of others who have more experience. Being the new kid on the block can be scary. It can be. And I do ask people to offer a modicum of patience and restraint, because one is you don't know how far this person is along in their understanding of their business. And two is you don't know what kind of day they're having.
Yeah.
You don't know what else is going on in their lives. This is difficult, I know, for entrepreneurs or for people who are trying to support business people. I want profession, I want this, I want that. But you're supporting some business owner you need something?
Go ahead.
You need a pen?
Nope. I was looking for my sweat rag.
It's right here.
Is that mine?
Yeah, but I've been wiping
What you been wiping?
My face. I don't blow boogers on it if that's what you mean.
You got to check.
No, you got to check.
I do got to check. I want to read.
Amen.
Adele and Mark
says, even in business, most solopreneurs struggle in their business with overwhelm and burnout because they don't allow themselves to delegate, outsource things in their business that are mostly not what they are experts at.
Thank you for saying that, Adele. But Jay Mattier made a point earlier about that deal because the ability to delegate is a learned skill. Mm-hmm. Most people may not have learned how to delegate that the proper way.
Absolutely.
And also, what to Lisa's point, to delegate it, but also have patience. Mm-hmm. We both have experienced times hiring people. There was one lady in particular we hired to do some admin work for us. She was local, by the way. And what happens was she would do the tasks, but sometimes it wasn't to the way Lisa liked it done. So Lisa found herself having to redo stuff. And that happened a few times, and we aborted the mission. because on this particular person, because we want her to do something and then we have to redo it because she didn't do it the way we wanted it done. What if we had been a little bit more patient there?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Brother Mark says, speaking of paying for it, this is an election year. Many paid the price so you could have the right to vote. I don't have my glasses on yet. That payment was made with blood, sweat, tears, and lives. This may be a little off topic, but we truly need to start realizing the power and impact of our vote.
Absolutely.
I disagree. I digress. I'm in super Mark mode early this morning. Amen. Super Mark mode is an amazing thing.
You have to be registered to vote before the day. So if you have not registered, please go online.
There are lots of ways to register
and make sure that you are registered at your polling place. Amen.
Bill Clinton's famous line: "If you don't think one vote matters, run for office." Mm-hmm. Then you will realize every single vote matters. Single one. I was an over-the-road salesperson. I was out of town, an hour and a half away from where I lived. Mm-hmm. And this guy approached me one early evening. He goes, "My name is such and such." And he had such an aura around him. "I'm running for such and such office here in this town." And he was so earnest and wanting to shake my hand and meet me. He didn't know me, but he was going for my vote. Mm-hmm. But he did it with all his gusto. He went for the vote with the gusto. This man's in my area. He's got on a tie. I got to get his vote.
Mm-hmm. Terry says, one time when I attempted to cut my own hair and my stylist had to fix what I had done, she told me,
classic example,
respect my profession.
Ooh, Terry saying,
just like you, when you went to school to learn your profession,
yes, so
did I.
Yes.
Just because you're smart doesn't mean you are trained to do what I do.
Ooh.
I never tried to cut my
That's
own
a great example. Pay for it.
Love that. I have
try to cut your own hair.
I have been one that cuts my hair very often, and I do my own hair. But I am also trained to do that.
But at some point, you gotta hire. Yeah, you've been trained, but at some point, you gotta hire somebody. Adil says,
one thing I found helpful in avoiding the situation where you have to redo things is clarifying the process. And sometimes on onboarding explainer video helps a lot when delegating. Amen. Absolutely. I do videos with all of my trainings because I need them to understand what I said. But sometimes you cannot explain a creative preference. No. I've tried, but it's difficult.
But the word redo is very, very expensive. When you have to redo things, you're spending double money, you're wasting double time, and you're at least doubling your aggravation levels.
Absolutely.
Redoing stuff when it would have been better to just hire it in the first place. Pay for some stuff. Pay for
it. Absolutely. I'm going to run a quick commercial if that's okay.
All right, that.
Absolutely.
Hey, I am Lisa Santiago McNeill. I am the founder of Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia. There are so many stories that need to get told that I have the greatest opportunity to connect with authors that have figured some things out in life that they want to share with the world. And I am helping them to tell that story. First in print, then an ebook, and then an audiobook. We also help our clients with not just the written book, but also producing the audiobook so that they can actually become the voice that their audience hears in their ear as they encourage and support them to greatness. I can help you do the same. And I'm actually going to introduce you to a panel of experts that have created their own stories of overcoming that may be exactly what you've been looking for. Join us for the Empowerment Publishing and Multimedia Empowerment Showcase, where you get to meet the authors. The dates will be available on the screen, and I look forward to seeing and hearing from you then. If you've got a story to tell, if you have a story, if you have a book of self-help, personal development, or encouragement in a children's book, and you need some help getting it out of you, reach out to me. My comments, my links are in the comments, and I will definitely help you to bring your story to empower the masses. I am Lisa Santiago McNeill, and I am looking forward to working with you.
Lisa's new commercial, y'all. Woo, woo, woo.
It's actually an old commercial,
Oh.
but I just repurposed the date.
Why not? Okay, that was pretty good. Thank you very much, and that's what she can do for you. That was a pretty good commercial. I want to comment on what's her name? Terry. She talked about her barber. I mean, her hairstylist says, "Respect my profession." Mm-hmm. I love that line. Okay, I love that mess. Thank you for sharing that story.
That is the best line ever.
I love it.
That is the best line ever. I'm trying to find out where I am. Please.
Okay. The other thing too, I had a barber that was really, really good, Terry, and her name was Miss Tyler. She was 66 years old, and she had cut my hair for like 10 years. And she took care of, she's the one that made me go bald because
she made you go bald.
Well, when she moved away, because she was hiding my bald spot for years by the way she cut my hair. She was hiding the bald spot, but when she moved, no one else knew how to hide it like she did.
Amen.
But anyway, she told me one time, I have a beard and I connect it most of the time, but between the beard and my lip, you got a little hair there, and I like it like tapered, like a little V. So I was doing it myself, and then finally, again, when she would see me mess it up, she would have to fix it every time.
A soul patch, that's what that's called.
Okay, yes. So finally, she says, "Brian, all of this stuff in your face here." She goes, "Stay out of there. Okay? Just stay out of there. Don't go in there at all. When you shave, just shave around that part. Stay out of there." So
you don't know what you're doing. Exactly, he said. I even hire my adult children for things I need.
Okay.
Over 20 years ago, I actually paid my daughter Tiffany, who has a degree in computer science, to teach me how to use her computer. I pay well for whatever I want, including my children. By the way, Terry, when people came to me needing to fix their hair, I charge double and triple. Seriously, fixing is much harder. It absolutely is. Thank you, Dr. Deborah. She says, I love that commercial. Amen.
Great commercial.
Terry says, great commercial, Lisa. Thank you. She says, Brian, too funny. Yeah. Amen. Amen.
Just... You mess it up every time.
Leave it alone.
Every time.
Leave it alone.
Sister Jacqueline, having to fix something that you shouldn't have been doing in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Having to fix something that you shouldn't have been doing. Pay somebody.
Honey, I'm telling you this. That's
I can't afford to pay for all of this help.
Well, one of the things that frustrated me because our rental management company wanted us to do some things before asking them to come out, right? So,
oh my God, the garbage disposal?
Yeah, that was one.
Oh my God.
I know how to fix a garbage disposal, but if I didn't, that could be a problem, and I could mess it up worse than just leaving it alone and letting you send somebody out to do it.
Even if you do know how to do it, it's better for them to do it.
Right. Why would you even want someone who that's not their job to go tinkering with your things?
And then when he came out here the last time, he fixed it. Okay, he says, you see this thing right here, you could put it underneath there and turn it around this way. And then do that.
That's
right
what
there.
I know.
Okay, and then see that, and then reset it.
Yes.
I heard him. But you can get the fuck out of my house. Get out of my house, man. I was ready for him to go now. I was ready for him to go because then he fixed it, showed me it was fixed. All right, fine, get out of here. But he wanted to show me how to fix it the next time. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. You can go. Okay.
Amen. Amen.
I almost said it, didn't I?
Yes, you did. You got mighty close. Mighty close.
It's 9:41. You guys have, as usual.
You
guys have been awesome.
We love you.
You have been awesome. It's always nice to see a deal come through. Thank you, just my brother Jay Mattier.
Appreciate when the dudes come through. We had 3 guys today. It's usually women on board. We had Brother Mark,
nice.
William Brown
and a deal and me.
Amen.
That's 4 men.
That's 4 men.
Woo, woo, woo. I like it.
I
it. Speaking of which, we do have Male Empowerment Network's meeting coming up on the 5th. Which is, and this month, today's the last day of the month. Oh, we didn't even mention, today is February the 29th.
Absolutely.
You haven't seen the February 29th in 4 years.
Absolutely. Happy birthday to one of my childhood friends, Leslie Recall.
Do you know anybody who's born today?
He is 14 today, and we're the same age, but he has 14 birthdays, but we have the same age. We were in the 2nd and 3rd grade together.
Amen. 14 today?
He's 14 today.
Because you count only once every 4 years.
Yes, he's only.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
No, he's the same age.
He's the same age.
Okay.
But he's only 14 according to his birth certificate and the number of years that
according
have
to
passed.
his birth certificate.
His birth certificate says his birth date is 2/29.
Okay. So anyway, I always found that funny. Okay.
Yes.
A person was born on February 29th.
So when do you celebrate it?
I would do it on the 28th. Okay, myself.
Or the first
every year. Okay, so anyway,
and maybe
it's time for us to do what we do and say thank you and do our greeting songs. Terry Robinson's Happy Leap Day.
Hey.
This extra day is a gift. This extra day is a gift.
Yes.
Run with it. So we're going to do what we do. Scroll to the top, please. We're going to thank you guys the way we thank you guys. And the way we do it here is with greeting songs and with greeting logos. Up first, it's Sister Emily Nelson. We're going to get you a song. You keep hanging out with us, you're going to get you a song.
That's right.
Good morning. Terry Robinson has a jam too. And Terry Robinson jam goes, I'm Terry Robinson,
and I achieve anything you want done, baby. I do it naturally.
You know what, Terry? I got stuck with the rhythm of Superwoman instead of I'm Every Woman. I'm not your Superwoman. That's all women of a certain age.
I love that.
Women
song.
of a certain age. That and Tyrone. That's when they hear those songs, they stand up and put their hand over their heart.
Good morning, Craig. Good morning, Dr. Benny T. Davis. He is the last author added to the docket for the Empowerment
Dr. Benny's coming?
Dr. Benny T. Davis is coming. We're going to have 2 doctors in the house. We're going to have it's actually 3 because Dr. Frank Marshall, Dr. Benny T. Davis, Dr. Gregory Davis.
I'm certain we're going to have more than 3 doctors in the house.
I'm talking about on the docket.
Okay, because we got a lot of doctor friends. Okay.
Done.
All right.
No more.
Sheila Gothard has a song too.
Sheila. Storms are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, did you just say that the docket is closed?
Closed.
For the Empowerment Author Showcase.
Closed.
Which means I want to be on the Empowerment Author Showcase. Can't you just let me in?
Next time.
Why don't you just let me in? You always got room for one.
No, we gotta respect the time of the people that are coming to see it.
Yes.
I actually went over. According to what Brian and I typically have is 8. We actually have 10 this time.
Okay.
And that's extra. We don't typically do 10. Sheila, storms are brewing in her eyes.
Oh, I think you did Sheila twice.
I did. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany. It's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
Good morning, Miss Brittany. Peggy, scroll down, please. Peggy, I Am Prosperity has a jam too. And Peggy's jam goes like this. In Biggie Smalls' voice. Peggy, 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 can't you see? Somehow your words just hypnotize me. She's gonna motivate you every day. Peggy J. Evans is here to stay.
Hey!
That's Peggy's jam.
Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis has the logo and it goes, Miss Phyllis is here.
Miss Phyllis is here.
So clear the way.
Miss Phyllis
is here.
Miss Phyllis is
now
here.
we can all have a great
Absolutely.
day. Good morning, Miss Phyllis. Dr. Deborah Dunstan has a jam too.
Dr. Deborah, trauma healing and manifestation coach.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Dr. Deborah Dunstan. You know, if Dr. Deborah Dunstan came, we have another doctor in the house.
Absolutely. She's not coming this time. She's going to Atlanta in March.
Well, which is important.
Amen. Jacqueline Rosie, pretty little one that I adore. You're the only one my heart beats for. I'm so glad that you are mine.
Adil Aline, you've come around this show enough times that you deserve a jam.
Absolutely.
So recommend something for us to find your jam.
Pinky, you recommended something, but I can't remember what it is. And then we didn't see him for a couple of weeks. We needed to get
a consistent thing because it won't stick. We're doing this from memory. We don't got no teleprompter here.
No prompter. Just
nobody holds it up signage.
No.
It's got to be in. So
absolutely. You got to say according to Jacqueline.
And she also has a logo and it goes, according to Jacqueline. Okay.
Amen. And For Life Couple is in the building. And I'm going to say that's Katura. Katura.
Katura has a jam too. And it goes, back to life. Back to Katura Green.
want it
However, do you need it?
Do you need it?
It's 9:47. That means in an hour from now, 9:45, I'm going to be in front of the chiropractor. My chiropractor office, 10:45. My chiropractor office is so efficient. I'm telling you, the last 3 times I've gone, I check in, turn around, Mr. McNeill, you can come on back. I hardly ever make it to the chairs. That's how and I'm never gonna be late for them either, because they're not gonna be late for me. So I'm always on time.
That's a blessing. William Brown is in the building.
William Brown has a song too, and it goes, "Good morning to our friend Will.
Nobody thinks like him still.
We love him so, and we always will. Our friend Will." Good morning to our friend Will.
Good morning. Good morning. William Brown has a new stash of books you might want to check out and get yourself an autographed
Is
copy.
that right?
Beyond the Shell. Amen. Please, please, please go ahead and get you some. Terry, we got Terry. J. Mattier.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. Get ready, because here Jay comes. That's how it goes, baby. I got it.
Okay. I had to let you do it by yourself because I don't know nothing about them notes you had.
I got it. Okay.
God bless
That's
you.
Jay Mattier's jam.
God bless you.
Mark Greer. Oh my gosh. Jay Mattier, Mark Greer back to back today. Let's do it.
Back to back to back.
Mark Greer jam goes like this. So wide you can't get around it.
So low you can't get under a hat.
So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove. He's getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Is that our girl Antanobi?
Antanobi's in the building.
Thank you, Antanobi. Good morning, Antanobi. How you
Good
doing, my
morning,
sister?
Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us.
Antanobi has
morning.
added to our show.
Absolutely.
Since she's been in. I think she's been rocking with us now, maybe a year.
Maybe
a little less than a year.
Absolutely.
You have added Antanobi.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that you choose to make this your stop by place. Amen. Amen.
Craig Sabb is in the house. He goes, sorry
I'm late. Hope everyone have a great morning and a great day on purpose and enjoy it to the fullest. And I know that we got a card for you. Actually, we got 2, but this is the one for you and me. And I needed it this morning. It says, I will not be separated from God.
Amen. That's Craig Sabb.
That's Romans 8:38 and 39. I wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principality. No, I will not be. Which one is it?
I don't know, but we got it.
Anyway, go ahead. I'll get it.
Craig Sabb, 1,000 degrees. You'll be on your knees and you'll be burning, begging, please.
I was saying 28.
Brother Freeze.
I was thinking 30.
Craig, let me borrow your VCR so I can
dub the tape. Terry says, thank you for my song. I love how y'all sing it with spirit, and I love Superwoman and Tyrone too.
Of course you do.
Amen.
Of course you love it.
Hey, Lena Janelle. She says, I'm here because y'all gonna sing my song. She says, hey, everybody, I'm late, but I'm saying hello. Amen.
You're not late. First off, no one's ever late. Because we recognize you don't have to come. But when you do come, we appreciate it. And Lena, we're going to do your jam. And it goes, Lena.
No, it doesn't.
I'm playing. It goes to Brown Sugar Baby.
Brown Sugar Baby.
Lena Janelle, baby. We get high off her art, don't know how to behave.
That's right.
That's Lena Janelle's jam.
Jacqueline said, love my vitamin L. When you get your birthday love box today, enjoy it and feel my love and appreciation. I cannot wait.
Lena says, I love Britney's song. That Mary John. Yeah.
John,
yes. Terry Robinson, I danced to Mark Greer's song. Woo, woo, woo. So wide you can't get around it.
So blue.
I just wanted Terry to get a little bounce in her head. That's all.
Absolutely. Antonovia is clapping and giving. I think that's wine. Oh, that's flowers. Mm-hmm. Amen. I thought it was a wine glass. I was going to say it's a little early for a sip. It's a little early.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
That's right. And I'm grateful.
What else I want to say? I want to say, Lena Janelle, I saw your funny video with her doing her Elvis impression.
Oh.
Standing next to the Elvis wax statue.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was funny.
I would love to see. I'm going to go check it out.
Vicky was in the house?
Oh, yes, Vicky came through, but she didn't say anything.
Okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay.
Vicky, can't you
That's
see?
not Vicky's
Okay.
song.
Vicky Evans rocks. Steady rocking all night long. Vicky Evans rocks. Steady rocking to the break of dawn.
To the break of dawn, y'all.
All right.
We got to get out of here. You got to get out of here. Get to work. Have a great day. And while you're at it, don't forget to have sex.
Do the stuff you're supposed to do. Pay for the rest.
Amen.